A brave and fearsome pirate sailed toward a small island in search for buried treasure. He and his crew raced ahead in their rowboat, eagerly awaiting a massive payday. When they shortly came upon a large forest, they searched desperately for the last clue on the map. As the first mate guided them carefully up to a clearing, he stopped suddenly and pointed at a crouched figure straight ahead. The captain gasped. "Carol?" "Hey, loser," she droned, relieving herself between two points. "I see you're still looking for buried treasure like a childish twat." She chuckled, pulling up her pants. "Well, here you go. Good luck digging it up, dumbass," she laughed, flipping him the bird as she strolled away. The crew sat in stunned silence. No one dared address the captain, until his first mate whispered, "Brilliant!" "Brilliant?" the captain shouted, rounding on the man. "Brilliant? You mind telling me what the devil me former wench be doing pissing on the place where to dig?" "But don't you see, Captain?" he shouted excitedly, holding out the map. "X marks the spot." A Swede, an Irishman, a Scotsman, and their wives went golfing one day. As they approached the first tee, the Swede's wife stepped up to take her shot. As she bent over to place her ball, a gust of wind lifted her skirt, revealing that she wasn't wearing any underwear. Shocked, her husband Ole exclaimed, "Good grief, woman, why aren't you wearing any skivvies?" She shrugged and replied, "You don't give me enough housekeeping money to afford any." Embarrassed, Ole reached into his pocket and said, "For the sake of decency, here's a 50. Go buy yourself some underwear." Next, the Irishman's wife approached the tee. As she bent over, another gust of wind lifted her skirt, showing that she too was without underwear. Her husband Patrick gasped, "Saints preserve us, woman, you've no knickers on. Why not?" She sighed, "Well, you don't give me enough money for such luxuries." Patrick shook his head, pulled out his wallet and handed her a 20. "For the sake of decency, go buy yourself some underwear." Finally, the Scotsman's wife Aggie stepped up. As she bent over to place her ball, the wind took her skirt right up over her head, once again revealing she was going commando. Her husband Duncan threw up his hands and groaned, "For Jake's sake, Aggie, where the hell are your drawers?" She replied, "You didn't give me enough money to afford any." Duncan sighed, reached into his pocket and handed her a comb. "Well, for the love of decency, tidy yourself up a bit."
A married couple are laying in bed, flipping through channels while they decide what to watch. The husband has the remote, and he is constantly flipping through the fishing channel and the porn channel. Eventually, the wife makes the decision. "Look, you can just leave it on the porn channel," she says. The husband switches to the porn channel and looks to his wife. "Oh, feeling a little frisky tonight?" he asks as he wraps an arm around her shoulder. "Not really," she replies. "I just figured that you already know how to fish." Late one evening, a Marine pulled into a little town only to find that every hotel room was taken. When he finally got to the last hotel, he pleaded to the manager, "You've got to have a room somewhere, or just a bed, I don't care where." "Well, I do have a double room with one occupant, a Navy guy," admitted the manager, "and he might be glad to split the cost. But to tell you the truth, he snores so loudly that people in adjoining rooms have complained in the past. I'm not sure it'd be worth it to you." "No problem," the tired Marine assured him. "I'll take it." The next morning, the Marine came down to breakfast bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. "How did you sleep?" asked the manager. "Never better." The manager was impressed. "No problem with the other guy snoring, then?" "Nope, I shut him up in no time," said the Marine. "How'd you manage that?" asked the manager. "He was already in bed, snoring away, when I came in the room," the Marine explained. "I went over, gave him a kiss on the cheek, said, 'Good night, beautiful,' and after that he sat up all night watching me." A blonde nun was praying in her room when God appeared before her. My daughter, you have pleased me greatly. Your heart is full of love, and your prayers are always for the benefit of others. I have come to commend you and to grant you anything you wish. Oh, Father, I am perfectly happy. I do what I love. The church supports me. I am content. I need nothing. There must be something you would like, said God. Well, there is one thing. Name it, said God. She frowned. It's those blonde jokes. They're so demeaning, not just to me, but to blondes everywhere. Can you stop them? Consider it done, said God. Blonde jokes are hereby stricken from the minds of humans everywhere. But isn't there something I could do just for you? Well, there's one thing, but it's really small and not worth your time, she said. Tell me, please, said God. It's the M&Ms, she said. They're so hard to peel. A policeman is walking down the street one day when he notices a very small boy, little Johnny, trying to press a doorbell on a house across the street. However, the boy, Johnny, is very small, and the doorbell is too high for him to reach. After watching Johnny's efforts for some time, the policeman moves closer to the boy's position. He steps smartly across the street, walks up behind the little fellow, and, placing his hand kindly on the child's shoulder, leans over and gives the doorbell a solid ring. Crouching down to the child's level, the policeman smiles benevolently and asks, "And now what, my little man?" "Now we run!" Old Paddy and old Mick were sitting in the park feeding the pigeons one spring morning. Mick was dressed in his running gear and had just finished his 5K morning run, not even out of breath. Paddy was amazed and asked his old pal how, at his age, he had so much energy. Mick replied with a knowing wink, "Simple Paddy me old tater, rye bread. I eat it every single day. Gives you buckets of energy and great stamina down below with the ladies, if you know what I mean." Paddy was flabbergasted. So on the way home, Paddy stopped at the bakery. The saleslady asked if she could help. Paddy leaned in and whispered, "Do you have any rye bread?" A little confused by the secrecy, she smiled and said, "Of course, we've got a whole shelf of it. Would you like some?" "Super, I'll take 5 loaves," Paddy said. "5?" she replied. "My goodness, by the time you get to the 3rd loaf, it's going to be hard." Paddy shook his head and said, "Be Jesus, I can't believe everybody knows about this but me."